Most hit songs have something in common, actually 7 things, and if your music isn't hitting the way you want, it's probably missing a few of them. Now, once you understand these 7 things, you're gonna start making songs that sound way more professional and way more competitive. Hey, if we haven't met, my name's Terrence. I'm a top 40 music producer, songwriter, and an Ableton certified trainer, and I love helping people make professional radio quality music. If you're a producer, songwriter, or artist trying to make better music and build a real career, this video is 100% for you. And if you're really serious about leveling up and want me to help you, check out the link in the description below. Now, even if you're just making music for fun or not planning to release anything soon, stick around because this will help you understand what makes a track sound pro versus feeling just okay. Now, I've worked on hundreds of tracks across many genres, and when I look back at the ones that really connected and gained traction, I started noticing patterns. And then I zoomed out and studied some of the biggest global hits across different styles and markets, and the same 7 characteristics kept showing up. So in this video, I'm gonna break down what those 7 traits are, why they matter, and how you can apply them to your own songs starting right now. So I suggest you grab a notepad or just keep your ears open because this isn't theory. This is the framework I use on every song I work on. And before we break each one down, here's the full hit song checklist, the 7 characteristics I keep seeing in the most successful records. It goes unique sound, followed by formulaic arrangement, then memorable vocal, catchy melodies, noteworthy lyrics, tasteful production, and finally quality mix. Now, does every hit song perfectly check all 7 of these boxes? Not always, but most of them hit at least 5, and the ones that become global standouts, they usually nail all 7. The goal here isn't to make formulaic music, it's to understand what makes songs connect. I want you to think of this checklist like a benchmark and use it to analyze songs you love, figure out what's working or missing in your own music, and make more intentional creative choices. We're gonna dive deep on each one. Now let's start with the first and one of the most important, unique sound. Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard a song and thought, what's that sound, but in a good way? Something weird, unexpected, or just different, and it instantly grabbed your ear? And that's what we're talking about here. A unique sound is anything in the song that pleasantly surprises the listener, grabs their attention, or creates a memorable signature in the track. The key thing is it doesn't blend in. It stands out just enough to be interesting, but not so much that it's distracting. And that's why the best producers usually use 1 or 2 standout elements and build everything else around them. Take, for example, Kill Bill by SZA. You know, that warbly, flute-like lead. In the beginning, it's not a normal synth. It's this weird lo-fi, kind of mysterious. It instantly gives the track identity. Then there's Lose Control by Missy Elliott or Look at Me Now by Chris Brown. Both of these have really in-your-face sounds that might feel borderline uncomfortable at first, but you really remember it. Then we have Paper Planes by MIA and Money by Pink Floyd, and literally this is a cash register sound. It's unexpected, but on brand, and it works. And all of these songs have just the right amount of ear-catching detail that makes it stick. Now, how you should apply it is when you're producing, ask yourself, is there anything in this track that would catch my ear if I didn't make it? Or can I swap one normal sound for something just a little unexpected? Now, this doesn't mean to be weird for weird's sake. It just means use your sound choices to build identity. So that's the first box on the checklist, a unique sound. Let's look at what holds everything together underneath it, which is the formulaic arrangement. Now, formulaic might sound like a bad word, but it's actually a good thing. It means your track follows a structure that builds tension and delivers payoff. The benefits of following a proven structure is that it feels familiar, flows naturally, and works within your genre. And why it works is because your listener's brain is constantly making predictions. They feel when the hook is coming or when a drop should hit, and it's best to cater to that feeling. Whether it's pop, hip hop, R&B, EDM, or even K-pop, most hits follow some variation of a verse, chorus, or a chorus verse repeated over and over again. I'm oversimplifying here, but the point I'm making is that they all follow a standardized format, and there's a reason it works. Even songs that feel experimental or sound crazy still follow their genre's version of a structure. Now, how you should apply this is to study songs that have a similar vibe to what you're making. Pick 3 to 5 tracks that feel close to your genre, tempo, and mood. Then for each one, ask, where does the first chorus land? How long are the verses? Do the repeated sections feel different from one another? You should literally set markers in your DAW for each section of your reference song and then model your own track off that format. Next, we're gonna talk about the voice that brings the whole thing to life, a memorable vocal. Now, a great vocal doesn't just hit the notes, it makes you remember who it is and how they sang it. And in almost every hit, the vocal checks at least one of these boxes. Number one is an unmistakable voice. As soon as you hear it, you know exactly who it is. No second guessing. Think The Weeknd, Drake, Kanye, Ariana, John Legend. It's not even about how they sing, it's just their voice. Even if they were talking, you would know. Number two is an otherworldly performance. This is where the vocal is just next level. Pitch perfect, emotionally, technically excellent. So think Adele, Shawn Mendes, Tori Kelly, Sam Smith, Bruno Mars. You can't ignore it, it's just undeniable. Number three is a cool vocal tone or texture. Sometimes it's not about being a great singer, it's about having the right voice for the vibe. Think dance songs with warped or processed vocals like Tiesto The Business or Tones and I Dance Monkey. The tone fits the track and adds identity. If it were sung with a generic clean voice, it wouldn't work. Number four is distinctive flow. Especially in rap and rhythmic genres, the cadence makes it more memorable. Think Migos or Eminem. You know, their flows are so unique that you can recognize them even without the beat. Now, how you should apply this is to ask yourself, would I remember this vocal if I heard it once? If not, can you lean into one of those four traits? Don't polish away all the characters. Sometimes it's the imperfections or the quirks that make the vocal memorable. Now let's move into checkpoint 4, which is the part people hum when the songs are over. A catchy melody. Let's be real for a second. The melody is usually the part people remember first, and the most successful songs, they usually have melodies that are recognizable, repetitive, and simple. Number one, recognizable. There's an instant mental association like, oh, I know this. You could play it on a piano, guitar, or any instrument and you'd still know the song. Think Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen or I'm Good by BB Rexa. Even stripped of the production, the melody holds up. Number two is that it's repetitive. This is that loop that plays in your head on repeat, even when you're not trying to remember it. Think Justin Bieber Baby or Rihanna Umbrella. The repetition drives it home and makes it stick. Number three is that it's simple. These are easy to sing melodies and they're easy to follow, sometimes just 2 or 3 notes that don't jump around. Think Post Malone Rockstar or Dua Lipa Don't Start Now. These are super successful records with very simple melodic hooks. Now, here are some common hook structures you'll see in hit songs. These are formats that have stood the test of time and are true blueprints of catchiness. So how you should apply it is the next time when you're writing melodies, play it on a different instrument. See if it still sounds catchy and see if you can hum your melody in the shower. Does your melody follow the rules of repetition and simplicity? And lastly, study the hook structures in the songs that you love. Figure out the structure, whether it's AAA or AAB, and try using the same format in your own way. Now let's talk about what the melody's actually saying. Noteworthy lyrics that hit harder than just words, because let's face it, lyrics are the emotional glue of a song. It's what makes a listener say, damn, I feel that. And the strongest ones usually nail 3 key things. Number one is that it's relatable. The best lyrics tap into a shared human experience, whether that's falling in or out of love, feeling depressed, empowered, drunk, horny, heartbroken, or happy. It's the stuff we all go through, even if we don't talk about it out loud. It's being conversational and capturing a universal mood or everyday situation in a way that feels true. Number two is a fresh take. Here's where good lyrics become great and they say something familiar in a way that you've never heard before. That could mean a unique metaphor. Think Titanium by David Guetta and Sia for inner strength, or a bold or controversial line. Think WAP or Selfie, or a twist in the mood like Happy by Pharrell and how it's a happy song but it's set to moody minor chords. Number three is that it's singable. Some words just sound better than others. Think Beyonce, Single Ladies. When you sing, all the single ladies, that rolls off the tongue, but if you sang, all the single women, that doesn't hit the same. So singability is about phonetics, rhythm, and cadence. If it sounds awkward, then there's probably a better word for it. So how should you apply this? When you're writing lyrics, ask yourself, is this something that others can understand or relate to? Is it conversational? Is there a more original or surprising way to say this? Does the lyric feel good to sing or is it clunky? If your line checks all 3 of these boxes, then you've got something special. Now let's move to checkpoint number 6, which is tasteful production, the choices that make everything feel just right. This one's harder to define because it's completely subjective, but here's what it comes down to. The production serves the emotion of the song. That means the sounds, the arrangement, and energy all just feels right. It's never overproduced and never underproduced. It doesn't mean your beat has to be minimal, it just means the choices feel intentional and emotionally aligned. Take, for example, Someone Like You by Adele. It's just piano and vocal, that's it. No drums, no bass, no extra textures. That's because none are needed. The restraint is the emotion. Then there's Standing Next to You by Jungkook. On the opposite end, it's super produced, cinematic, and full of detail, but every sound feels like it belongs, from the funky bass line to the heavy synths to the chord changes. Everything is precise. And one more example, Sunflower by Post Malone. It's minimal and laid back. The muted drums, soft textures, and warm tones all match the mellow vocal energy. You could add more, but it wouldn't make it better. Now, how should you apply all of this? When you're producing, ask yourself, what kind of production does this song call for? Am I overproducing or underproducing? Am I adding sounds just to fill the space, or is every element contributing to the mood or groove? The truth is, tasteful production isn't about showing off. It's about restraint, vibe, and emotional clarity. And now let's wrap it up with the final piece that glues it all together, a quality mix. This one's kind of a given at this level, but it still matters a lot. Most hit songs have professional grade mixes behind them, so you might not think about this consciously, but if the mix was bad, you would feel it instantly. Now, a quick caveat, what I'm about to share are general patterns I notice across hit songs, but they're not one size fits all. They can definitely change depending on the genre and vibe and artistic intent, but still, most great mixes tend to hit these 5 fundamentals. Number 1 is that the vocals are prominent and clear. It sits on top of the mix and not lost in it. You can hear every word and feel the performance. Number 2 is the mix is loud, clean, and free from distortion, unless it's intentional. There's clarity, impact, and energy, all without sounding harsh. Number 3 is balanced frequencies that fit the genre. So for hip hop, it's a big low end and it knocks. For dance music, there's crisp highs and it's punchy. For ballads, it's a lot smoother and there's more natural tones. Number 4 is a good use of width and depth. A quality mix feels spacious. You can hear the stereo field, which is left to right, and you can feel the depth, which is front to back. Nothing is cluttered. Number 5 is that each instrument has a place and a purpose. Not everything should be loud, because a great mix has hierarchy. You hear what you're meant to hear, and everything else supports it. Now, how you should apply this is to critically listen to pro-level tracks in your genre and ask, where are the vocals sitting relative to the music? Am I able to tell which sounds are more important than others? And how the space is being used, left to right, front to back. And even if you're not mixing yourself, learning to hear a quality mix will massively level up your production decisions. So if your songs aren't landing the way you want, chances are you're missing one or more of these 7 traits. I encourage you to take what resonates, go back to your music, and start applying it. Now, which one of these 7 traits do you think you need to work on the most right now? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're going to be focusing on next. And if you're serious about leveling up your production skills and want me to help you go deeper, check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.